Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another junk journal with me. In this journaling session, I wanted to do like a galaxy sort of theme or like a universe theme. I have accumulated a fair bit of galaxy themed paper and stickers and stuff like that, and so I kind of wanted to use it all together because it looks good together. So the first thing I pulled out was actually some papers that me and my son Ren did together. We did like a spray bottle painting where I just put some poster paint in with water and he sprayed colours all over these huge pieces of paper. So I had a really big stack of those papers and I wanted to put some of them into my journal, and so I chose the one that I thought looked the most galaxy-ish, and so the ones that had the purpley and bluish tones in them. And so I just tore that up a little bit to use as a background in my journaling page. I also have a photo here, and this is a photo from about a year ago. It's of me and all my siblings, which is really rare for us to get a photo all together. So I backed that onto a piece of matte paper and then I decided to put that through the sewing machine and sew around the edge. And this whole journaling session is about, I guess it's about missing family members. So one of my sisters is living over in New Zealand at the moment, and I lived away from my family for a couple of years, and so sort of we're always moving away and then coming back, and it's sort of just about staying really close no matter where we are in the world, or I guess in this case in the universe. I have here a page from, I think it's like an encyclopedia, and so I thought this was a cool little image to use on this spread as well. I'm just playing around working out where I want to glue this, and my journaling goes across 4-ish pages, so I'm just kind of figuring out where the best place to put that is. And lately I've just been using my Bostik glue stick to glue almost everything down. With the rest of that matte paper, I decided to incorporate that on one of the pages as well, specifically because it had a picture of Australia and then New Zealand, and so I wanted to use that little leftover piece on one of the pages in between. I took my stapler and I stapled the photo to the corner of the page so that you could lift it up and write underneath if you wanted to. And then I'm going through a galaxy themed paper pad which I've had for a while, and just trying to choose one of the patterns off that paper pad to also incorporate in this spread. So I really like this one because it's quite vibrant and I like all the like constellations and stuff in there. So I'm just tearing this down with my ruler, and I've been really preferring just to use my ruler to tear down my paper whenever I can, as opposed to using scissors or a paper trimmer, because it gives that rough edge and it's also a lot quicker than cutting or having to get my paper trimmer out. So just working out where I want to put that piece of paper, and I decided to put it down the middle of these two pages to kind of link them together. And so to do that I decided to tear it down the middle so that it wasn't too bulky where it folded there, and so I'm just going to glue that side by side in the fold. So now moving on to the next page, I'm just taking that piece of matte paper and I just cut off the edge of it that said Australia or whatever it said on the side, and just trying to decide which side of that paper I'm going to glue down. I did end up going through with the imagery of New Zealand, and I just glued that on the edge of the page. That paper there is the Tomoe River paper, and so it's quite thin, but it does okay. You can sort of glue some things on top of it. I stapled on some of these bits, so there's a little ticket sort of shaped embellishment that's supposed to be a baby themed scrapbooking piece, and it says something about the dish and the spoon, and so I stapled that onto the bottom of the photo just to decorate it. And then I took some of this space themed washi tape and I was just going to put it along the bottom of one page, but I decided to carry it over onto the following page, and then I ended up doing that on all of the pages. So I felt like that kind of helped to join all the pages up that I was using in one session. So I don't know, I just liked the way that that looked. I did have to stop and start a few times because the lengths of the pages were a little bit different to each other. Then I had this other scrap left over from one of the book pages and I wanted to incorporate this as well, and it fit really well over the top of the bottom of that black page. So this page is sort of like a school themed paper, and someone asked me last time what paper that is from. I want to say it's a crate paper, but I'm really not sure. I still have to find that out. I'll have to go back in my orders and try and find it, but I liked how that little scrap of book page looked along the bottom because it kind of helped make it more of a galaxy theme. That page being black, I felt like really already tied in, but just adding that little scrap along the bottom just helped tie it in that little bit more. So at this point, I'm just pulling out some stickers to decorate a little bit more, and I've had so many questions about these tiny word stickers, so I just held them up there so you can sort of see what they are called. I can't remember where I got them from, but the other sticker sheets here are Maggie Holmes stickers from I think 2 different collections, and I'm just using them to write a few little titles, I guess, across these spreads. So the first one I'm writing is family, and the second one I'm writing is miss you. I don't show it in this process because I added it after, but I decided to stick some clear tape over the top of these individual alphabet sticker titles that I did, just because some of them were coming up a little bit, and so I just put the clear tape over the top. You can't really notice that it's there, but it's going to help keep them in place and stop them from falling off. I also went around some of the pages and added some more of these tiny word stickers. There is so many tiny word sticker phrases in this pack. I got these such a long time ago and I use them all the time, and I still have so many left. So I guess I'm not afraid to use them. I do use a lot of stickers, and I think you should. I think if you have the supply there, you should just use it up and you should enjoy it. So yeah, I am using a lot of stickers, but you obviously don't have to have a ton of stickers. You don't need them to do journaling. You can just have a pen and you don't really need much else. I wanted to incorporate this journaling card from the same collection that little ticket embellishment was from. So again, it's got the cow jumping over the moon imagery, and this is just such a cute little journaling card. I wanted to include it somewhere, and I was going to staple it down on the page, but I decided that if I use tape to add it on, then at least I can sort of write underneath it or add something onto the back of it. I stopped filming to do some journaling, and so I don't really have much footage of me actually writing in this journal, but I just used my Pentel Energel black pen to do most of my writing, and I also used a white Signo Uniball, whatever it's called, gel pen to do that love you to the moon and back phrase. So then moving on to those last couple of pages, after I did some journaling, I had a little bit of blank space and I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to put here, so I was just trying to fill it in with something. So I had this junk mail envelope, and I always like to incorporate these whenever I can. I always really enjoy the patterns on the inside of them. So I turned it sort of inside out and just took a scrap of that and glued it down over the page. I just wanted to fill in that awkward space that I was left with, so I was just playing around with different scraps and different bits and pieces that I had. I had these other stickers that are galaxy themed, and they're like calendar stickers, and they're blank, so you can fill them out however you want really, but they have the days of the week and they have enough space to do whatever month. So I went through those stickers and I just chose one to include on this page, and it helped fill in the gap there really well. And so I just sort of mapped out the month that we're in right now, which is August, and I just put, I think I put little love heart stickers over any special dates. So for example, my son Ren is turning 4 this month, so I just sort of marked off those highlight days. And I did cut the calendar sticker in half where the image ends, just because it didn't quite fit in that place the way that I wanted it to. So I just overlapped the calendar part over the top of the image just a little bit so that it would fit sort of how I wanted it to fit on that page. And then I really liked this little die cut that I had that said, "We must take adventures to know where we truly belong." And I felt like that was really fitting because, as I said earlier, my sister is in New Zealand. We miss her so much because we're such a close family, especially all my sisters and I. But I think these adventures, even though it can be hard at times and missing people can be hard at times, these adventures that we go on, even if they're challenging, they help shape us into who we are and who we're supposed to be. And so that was kind of what my journaling was all about. So that is today's junk journal with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and you can leave me a comment down below if you have any questions. I will have another junk journal with me coming very, very soon, and that one's going to be sort of like a little update on the dollhouse that I'm working on at the moment. So I hope to see you guys back for that one, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video.